Hello, folks! Lord Xenon here once again with part 7 of the ongoing saga of Violet Willow. This video is actually short enough that I could do running commentary for the entire video. This is the last one where I had forgotten that my mic was off. That said, the nice thing about coming back and doing this commentary later on is that I don't have to come up with things to talk about for 15 minutes. So, I think I'm just going to throw in, like the last couple videos, just throw in a couple pieces of commentary when and where I deem it important, and we will go forward from there. Now, the next video, part 8, I did not have any audio for about the first, 3 or 4 minutes before I realized that the mic was off, and then I turned it back on, and you'll get commentary for the rest of that video from that point on. I don't think I'm going to do any editing on that one. Going forward, I'll decide on a case-by-case basis whether I want to record live or in post. There are going to be some places where, frankly, I just don't have a lot to say, and in that case, I think I might just do what I've been doing on these last few videos, pop in on a few comments when and where important, but otherwise just let Violet and the characters do the talking. Well, the characters. Violet doesn't do much talking either. So for this video, we are wholly devoted to continuing the main quest. And that's really pretty much all we do. I'm going to jump back in as appropriate later in the video. Okay, so it's time for another instanced battle. We're going to confront the scoundrel himself, it looks like. But it looks like the scoundrel's in a little bit of problem of his own. Whoever the Serpent Reavers are, they mean business. Hi there! Hey, who says I'm his protector? I came to arrest the guy. Or at least drag him back to Summerford to do his work. Okay. Black dialogue box with red text. Is there any doubt in anyone's mind this guy is a villain? And he's a pretty powerful one at that. He just made all those rocks come to life. And these rocks aren't nearly as friendly as that glowing blue rock we talked to earlier. This guy pretty much has to die. Well do I remember this battle the first time I played it, even though it was nearly 4 years ago. This boss gave me a little bit of trouble. Well, I wouldn't call him a boss per se, but it's an instance battle. And it gave me quite a little bit of difficulty, because I hadn't quite figured out the ins and outs of this job yet. After a few years, I've actually gotten pretty good at this particular role, good enough that this battle is no longer an issue. Stay out of the AoEs, keep your dots up, and that's really all you need to know. As you can see, I really haven't taken much damage. But all those AoEs these golems do, they really hurt. So, don't get hurt. But the temptation with any sort of caster, especially black mages, but summoners fall into the trap as well, is to stay in the AoE long enough to get your cast off, because you're not doing anybody any good if you're not casting, and then getting slammed by a heavy AoE. Healers hate that. So finding that balance is a very important thing. And that spell sliding trick I mentioned in one of the earlier videos really helps, but it's something that you just have to practice to get good at. Summoners are a little bit better than black mages in terms of mobility, because they have a lot more instant use attacks, and they have a lot of dots which will continue doing damage even when the summoner isn't casting. So now Violet is having a migraine, I mean a vision of the past. And our friend Stola doing her own little investigation. Shouldn't have had that last ale at the tavern last night. As you'll quickly learn, that thing that Ystilla just talked into is called a link pearl. It's effectively the Eorzean equivalent of a cell phone. Except it only communicates with those who have the link pearls attuned to each other. In-game, it works out to a system called link shells, where a bunch of players can basically have a private communication channel within each other, and that's called a link shell. Ystilla is a naturalist of sorts. Yeah, you're a naturalist like I'm a stage magician. Ystilla is 9 kinds of awesome. And a mere naturalist really doesn't cut it. So, Sevran's come around. He's finally decided to stop being a jerk and go back to work. And Ystilla seems to think there's more to this rather large woman than meets the eye. And with that, we will end this particular video. For now, Lord Xenon signing off for Violet Willow.